started. And the Wolverines will kick it away first. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
Let's get it. Look at this man D-line.
Gonna run it. It's Turbin. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
To the air, it's Roach. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the ground with the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get late.
Oh, he's got some space. Delivers the stiff arm. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in.
I've been off for too many days.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Moran. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make a catch.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Roach. Complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. He misses.
This man. My receipts suck.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on 4th.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So here comes the Michigan offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. One back in the backfield, he gets to carry.
Boy, look outside, this team is getting blown out the ball.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in.
Touchdown, Wolverine! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Moran. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together.
His man left off of his man.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Back to pass, it's Roach. Chucked it away just as he was hit. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. It's complete. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, he hauls that pass in. Big play for the offense. The Trojans have had such a history at this receiver position, right? You go back to Mike Williams, Keyshawn Johnson, Juju, And then Jordan Addison, there's always a playmaker on the perimeter of the field for the quarterback to take advantage of, and they've got to keep feeding this guy the football. He is dangerous.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. He might want another play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Roach. Floating away. On the move to the right, looking for a big one.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
And the Trojans had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Makes the grab on the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. Offense changing the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. The quick out. This senior shows some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the 1st down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment.
Touchdown, Trojan! Fit it in the window for the score.
Let's get the stop defense.
One of the areas they really focused on for this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Power football with the run. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run This offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
He's brought down near the 49-yard line. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
The Wolverines are rolling down the field. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Going over the top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. It's picked off. That's number 10. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw. It's Roach. This time it's complete. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Going deep. And he reels it in.
explosive plays down the field, finding those big wide receivers, making big plays.
Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Looking to throw again. A shot toward the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Dumps it to the back. Finds his man. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. They're throwing for it on 4th down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Snatches it on the run. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
Well, it's a great job by the offensive line moving to the unblocked defender and giving their quarterback a beautiful pocket to throw to there.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll try the left side.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Using the quick game. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
I like the play call there. I know it falls incomplete, but you're in the defensive side of the field right now, and you're going back to the guy that's already scored a touchdown for you. This guy has stepped up. He's made a play. So if I'm on offense, I keep throwing him the football.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lets one fly deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Wolverines will hustle for the line. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Michigan.
The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is on its way. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down.
USC Trojans will take over 1st and 10.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Dropping back, it's Roach. Rushes on him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Making side adjustments here. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Touchdown. My O-line suck. My D-line suck. Linebackers suck. Oh, it's tough.
Now back up in their own end. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It is changed.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Michigan! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moran. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for a crease. It's Turbin. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They feed him again. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake. Now to throw. An unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Roach. Pucks it out of the air. Made a defender miss. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The offense lining up for a first down play. Sends it back in motion. To the air on first down. The throw.
What the hell am I doing?
Picked off.
Bad reads.
With a turnover. Ball
Slow
down
down.
to the 31-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The give to the lone running back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gonna take a shot at this DB.
Oh,
Got it inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolverine. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you can make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Syracuse is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Orange on the scoreboard. They're up by 35 over Colorado. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw, it's Roach. Spits it out to the back. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield.
man, team awareness is ridiculous, bro. They're just terrible. I had a wide open touchdown. My quarterback threw the ball crazy.
Chances, and you tell your team about it all
Crazy,
week,
bro.
and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown.
Team slow, they can't get off blocks. I don't understand this crap.
He'll bring it out. It's Moran. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air. It's Roach. Complete to the left. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after it. Pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Keeps it on the draw. Powers through the defender. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Trojans will kick it away to crank up the second half. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards and pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and getting them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast.
He's going for the big play. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He can't make the connection. Incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on third down. Motion from the back. On third down, he drops to throw. On the run, fires downfield. And a missed opportunity on third the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Give to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Roach. Floats it out in space. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chain. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And the Trojans in the hurry up.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Throws to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And this is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Here's a heat. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
2nd down, he'll throw it. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. These guys wanted to make a statement. Statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk. But this has been a very close game. They're up by 4 over Louisiana. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Fires on the move. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, you wonder that time if the QB was just forcing that one over to his running back. He's already made some catches in this game. The defense is aware of that, though, and that time they had outstanding coverage. There was no way that was going to be complete.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Roach. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Non-man receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. A strike downfield. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Lost to throw again. With the catch, it's Moran. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
They'll line up to go for 2. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Roach. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out.
Set to kick it away.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. They'll try the run. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air on 2nd down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. He'll set up to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
And the Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From the gun, running back gets to give. Bounced off his feet. A 3rd down try for the offense. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, USC! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step 1. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step 1 accomplished.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense? Getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Using his legs to buy some time. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Hand off from the gun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. And the Wolverines want to move quickly. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Going to try to get it himself. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have 4th down.
Hey, you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Quarterback making adjustments. Scanning the field, it's Roach. Bringing the heat. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. It's complete. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
42, USC, 22.
So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through.
Turning it on. Touchdown, Michigan. And the beatdown has ensued. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
USC, 22.
He'll bring it out. It's high. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Sending the offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. This guy is doing work on the outside, and the sweet toe cap to stay in bounds there.
How about the sweet feet? I mean, it's so hard to know where you're at on the sidelines and have good body control, and you could tell he did. Gets the feet down, secures the catch. That is a nice catch. Nice footwork, young fella.
Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a man. It's Roach. He'll take the deep shot. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Trojans! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
With the quarterback as they line up for the 2. He's looking to throw. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
Is no good. That keeps the score. Michigan, 49.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive.
Set to kick this one away.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Firing to the right, complete. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. On third and short, the power run here. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Motion from the wideout. Off the RPO, complete. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Wants to fire on second down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. The Cuse is in the house. Syracuse is pouring it on right now with an offensive performance we haven't seen since some of the legendary 44s.
Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, it's Roach. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off for the third time today. Touchdown! Michigan. The defense putting points on the board. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And I don't like like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against a defense playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's high. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, still going. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on.
Gonna let it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Wants to throw it. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Moving out of the pocket. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. So here comes the Michigan offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you beat the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Makes the catch at the 30. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. For the first play of the drive. Looking to throw on first down. Dances away to buy time. He'll pull it down. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
First and 10, the whole menu open. You can run the football, you can do whatever you want. You can tell they call a pass. He does a really good job in the pocket, just being a great athlete. Scramble outside, go get another first down, first and 10 again.
And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Nowhere close on that one as
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Makes the grab. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down. They'll leave it with him. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything.
There he goes. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Halfway there on first down and 2nd and 5. They're still firing away even with this lead. Zings it complete to the right.